I'm Darren. This is...
I am Ernesta. So we are going to be answering some of the questions that I asked on Instagram. So, let me see. Right, so how did we meet?
I'll let you answer this one.
No, you answered.
Well, I knew who you were and you didn't know who I was until you spotted me and decided you wanted to know who I was. So you can fill in on that part.
Okay, so I worked in Make a Pro store and he had like a sports supplement shop that was a couple of doors down, and I used to see him like walk past and I was like, oh my god, who is he? So I had to ask one of the girls to Make a Pro and she told me, and I did a bit of stalking. This is so embarrassing. And I added him on Instagram and Facebook.
2 days apart, it was creepy. So I sort of had an idea.
And then he messaged me. I put up an Insta story to say something about like Netflix, and then you messaged me about Friends or something.
No, it was actually before that. There was like an Insta. It was like a Snapchat was in McDonald's.
Oh no, it was an Insta story. I put up that I was at McDonald's with my sister. And then you put up an Insta story 2 seconds later that he was like at the roundabout of McDonald's. And I was like, oh my god, can he see me? Oh my god.
I wasn't driving, and then I seen that went up, and it was like put up like 1 minute before, and I just happened to be coming around that roundabout, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna nip in here just to see if we could see her, but I didn't know what she drove, so I just nipped in round, and then I put a wee Snapchat up of B&Q. And then she'd seen that straight away.
Yeah, I was freaking out because I didn't know what you drove either.
Drove yourself crazy.
So anyway, we met over Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so what went through your mind the first time you saw me?
First time I saw you, or first time we met?
Both.
Oh. My first impression was just the happiest person I've ever met. I remember just saying like how smiley you were, and how tall you were, and how beautiful you were, and I didn't really know what to expect. And then the conversation it just flowed very well, and I remember the first night we met, and just for the first time you've ever met somebody, it wasn't awkward, and I didn't want to leave, just wanted to stay there, and we didn't really do anything, didn't even watch TV or anything like that there.
No,
we literally just
music
talked, listened to music, and the music we were listening to, we both liked it, and we both just clicked, and it just seemed to be the right time, and just seemed to be perfect.
Yeah. So how did you propose?
Oh, the proposal, that's pretty straightforward. I knew straight away that I wanted to do it, basically, and we had a crazy start to the relationship, and it sort of took away from how good we actually were, and then it took me to realise that we nearly lost each other just from things that we let get in the way, and then I just sort of knew that I didn't want to be without her, and I just said to her, like, I want you to move in, and I want to do it just 100%, and just take the chance, just do it now and just see where it goes. And as soon as we moved in together, we knew everything was perfect. It actually just got better and better, and then I knew from there that you were the one I wanted to be with, and I'd made mistakes in the past and I learned from them, and I never wanted Ernesta to ever experience anything bad that I've experienced, and I wanted to give her that life where she would never have to worry or have to fear anything, from shitty relationships and shitty boyfriends, people that hurt you and have just bad intentions for you. And I knew that I wanted to be that person for her. So the two of us actually sort of had the same sort of style, so I knew exactly what sort of ring she'd want, and I went down, and we had actually, I always think it's important for the girl to pick her own ring, because they know what they want, they're going to wear it all the time. So we sort of looked online, and she had seen different styles she liked, and then a friend of mine, he owns a jeweler shop, Paul Rocks, and he owns Bennett's Jewelers. So I sent him a message and I sent him exactly what we were looking, and he said he'd be able to help me. So I went down, he literally had the exact same ring, just better quality, better band, it was platinum, and I was like, this is the shit, this is meant to be this one. So I literally bought it straight away, and I was just trying to plan it to do it nice, and we're both not very dramatic in what we do, so I decided that I would just go somewhere nice together, and we would take Mason with us, and we just do it sort of as a family. And went to a lovely hotel, and I was pretty nervous, so there was like a lovely setting outside the hotel, and it was all lit up, and there was these big massive trees and swings, and it was sort of like an elevated ground. So we went for a walk, and I got down on one knee, and that was it basically.
And that was the history.
What's the next one?
Okay, so when is our wedding?
We both sort of want to have the wedding soon.
Yeah, soon. And yeah.
We haven't set a date just because we both have so much we want to do with our businesses.
Yeah. So did we want to buy our house as well first?
Yeah, well,
I just like the fact that whenever you're married, you just come home to your own home, and that's what I want.
Yeah, well, we have our house here, but we know that we want something
Of ours.
that both of us want together, yeah. So we're obviously living in my house at the minute, and we know exactly what we're sort of looking at, and you know, sort of where we want to be, sort of maybe out in more in the countryside, more sort of out of the town.
Just a little bit more privacy.
We know exactly what we're doing for the wedding, so we don't even need to go anywhere and look. We literally just have to confirm it.
Yeah, and pay a deposit, and that's it.
That's it, yeah. So we decided that we're going to go.
I want to go to Santorini. I've been messaging the wedding planner, and it's just a matter of booking the dates. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, and I applied for the SAS show, so you watch out. You'll see me on TV soon.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. What the fucker?
Does our age gap bother you?
No, it only bothered me if you were immature, and you're not immature. You definitely wouldn't think that you're the age that you are. So.
By the way, I am 22. And what age are you?
Who the fuck asked that anyway? Cunt bags.
Don't be smart.
Oops.
PG.
13.
So what age are you?
24.
No, seriously.
I'm 31.
31. So we have, how many years?
Seriously. 9.
9. 8, 9. Yeah, 9 years. What's it like having a child? You both still working, and how do you make it work?
It's just being organised. We organise our timetables because we're both self-employed, but we also we decided that we both wanted to go into part-time employment as well, so we can work more, save more, and just literally like we our time is very limited to what we have, but we work it really, really well. So sometimes we try to do it mostly on our own. So I'll try and take the child as much as possible whenever Ernesta needs to work, and then alternative times she'll do the same. If I have to take the child to the gym with me, he's really good and he's easy to work with. We've got really good habits installed in the child, and he's really easy to look after now. And we have other people there that are available to help us too. So we appreciate that help. And we try not to use it that much, you know, only when we really do need it, and it's mostly just for work. Like, we don't really use other people for time away for ourselves. We've literally been away maybe twice in 9 months.
Right. How do you feel about me having Mason?
I think it's probably one of the things that make us who we are together, because if you didn't have Mason, you'd probably be, you know, sort of more outgoing, and you know, maybe we wouldn't be in the same path, so the age difference would probably be a big thing, whereas now your maturity level, because of the child, has made you see life in a different way and put you in a different position, and you sort of want the same things as me at this stage of your life, when if you didn't have the child you probably wouldn't. So you're really forward thinking, because you're having to think about the child, and it's not just about yourself.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important. I think if Mason wasn't here, we probably wouldn't have the relationship we have. We obviously do get on really well, but it's probably given us that stability that, you know, makes us so good.
Yeah. He's so cute. Okay, so somebody asked, how did we create our businesses? So Darren, he has lots of experience, so he's just done his own.
Well, I opened my first business in 2013. It was like a 5,000 square foot gym. I just decided that I was going to leave my job at the time. I worked for Phones for You for 2.5 years, nearly 3 years. I worked my way up into sort of like management, and near the end I was sort of travelling across England, and I was helping with underdeveloping stores, underperforming stores, sorry. And I really actually liked that, but at the time that time in my life I felt like I wanted something more, so I knew where I wanted to go to, and I decided that I was just going to go head first in it. I had a lot of savings, put all the money into all the equipment, into the building, invested in it. I got a great return. I started doing really well straight away. I relocated the gym into Newry, so that was into the second gym. It was renamed in the DMA Performance Centre, and I was there for another 2 years, and I actually struggled with a lot of mental health issues at the time, and I somehow managed to still open the gym, still put all the time into it. Got it opened. It was 7,500 square foot. Got it kitted. Spent 2 years working on it, and was really successful. And then I let some bad things happen in the life again, and I ended up selling that gym. And it sort of worked out really well. I ended up opening a sports nutrition store then. That's basically what led me on the line of meeting Ernesta. So everything sort of linked in together. The nutrition store went well from day one because there was no other store in Newry. And then I had interest in people buying it, so then I sold it again. And then it was like, what next? It seemed to be like a bit of a thing, from building the businesses up, making them what they are, and then selling them. So by accident that was what was happening, and I decided to go back to my roots and go back into the gym work again. And what I enjoy most is helping people, so I went and I done that. I opened the gym up within a couple of months. Me and Ernesta decided it was a good idea. Found the unit, kitted it out, had it done in a few weeks. I had help from her daddy to paint it, help with the equipment and stuff like that. We got it kitted out, place looking unbelievable. And then within, it's not even 9 months yet, I don't think, we're upgrading already, so everything's going quite well. Ernesta's business, she's on a different level. yeah, but before that she's on a different level.
Obviously I worked in Mega Pro store for a couple of years, and then due to the Newry store closing, I just couldn't afford to travel to Belfast, especially when Mason was so young. So I was renting a chair then in Beyond Vanity for almost a year, and Dan has always told me to open up my own place, and yeah,
it was just, you just needed the confidence to go and do it. It was nothing to do with, starting your own business. It was just that when you're always employed by somebody, and especially when you have a child, that regular income's amazing. But when you break it down, and when she was working in Beyond Vanity, it was a really great stepping stone for her, because she was in employment, getting paid. The hours that she was putting in, there was a lot of strain there, because she was doing a lot of work, but mostly her own clients, and she was getting paid sort of like her standard wage, maybe a little bit more because she was very good at what she does. So that was her starting base. She was being paid at the very start. And then we discussed about it, and we realised that with even on her worst day, if she worked maybe 2-3 hours per day, she would still come home with more money per month. So then that was her breaking into sort of being on her own and doing it on her own, and then she was paying the rent up there. So she was fully self-employed, paying her own way, and it sort of broke her into being comfortable with it. And then the next step then was to have her own studio. So I had some space out the back of my gym, and it was just a wasted space. So, and I had a lot of stuff there that we could use, and I had an idea, and Ernesta, once she sort of came round to it, she was loving it. And then unfortunately we built it, and it's actually my fault basically. I had told one of the locals beside it and the other businesses that we were opening up just a small studio for her. But we were never planning on putting big signs up or being extravagant, but there's a beauty place there, and they dibble dabble and everything. Like they're not specialists in makeup, and that's all Ernesta was doing. She's a specialist in makeup. But she has her own clients, so there was no competition. But anyway, they reported it. I got a phone call saying I can't do it. Instead of causing stress and trying to fight it, I just sort of went on the sly and started looking for places, and Ernesta didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know, so I actually had a text Sonia, who owns Beyond Vanity, to ask if I can come back and Vantage her, she was so nice. And I felt so embarrassed the fact that I had to text her, because obviously like I put up like all these pictures on social media, but no, she was so nice. And then even at that studio that you built me up, it was Valentine's Day, and I was doing a couple of appointments, and he rang me after. He says, just ring me after you finish your client. So I rang him. He goes, Ernesta, I have one good news and one bad news. I was telling you the bad news. So the bad news was that you're the best boyfriend in the whole entire world. And the good news is he found me a place, and he's already want to see about it, and like everything's paid up front.
Yeah, well, basically I went and seen it, and the landlord said to me, "You sure you don't want to let her see it first?" I was like, "Nope, no chance, there's the money." I went straight up there, I goes, "Right, let's go, you come down and see this new unit." Literally went down, she could see exactly what I could see.
Yeah, he knows exactly what I like.
Explained what we were going to do. Literally within 2 days,
everything moved in.
I had it all switched across. We had to put a brand new floor, and the place looks nuts. And it's perfect. It's just a great location, parking right in the middle of Newry.
I've got a question for you. Is Darren planning to bring out his own products? Do you remember that? Yeah. Are you planning to bring out your own products?
It's always something that's in the back of my mind. Sometimes the problem is there's probably too many ideas, but yeah, I definitely will. And it's kind of good though, because I have the experience in the gym equipment side of things, and I also in the sports nutrition side of things. So I'm going to fine tune it. I was actually doing that yesterday. So things that I think that will do really well, and have them branded to my brand. So yes, the answer is yes.
Right. Right. Ever got lip fillers? Yeah, at 18, and I hated them. The man who ended up doing my lip fillers was my mum's plastic surgeon. The man who did my lip fillers was my mum's plastic surgeon, and he's Lithuanian, so he used to come back. I don't know if he still does, but he used to come back to Drogheda every couple of months and do consultations for people that want boob jobs or liposuction or anything like that. And he would do lip fillers and Botox while he's here. So I decided that I wanted lip fillers, even though my dad was so against it. He fell out with me for ages. And he literally made my top lip a lot bigger than my bottom lip. So my bottom lip was so small. I hated them, honestly. Anyone that knows me knows that I just don't like lip fillers. I do overdraw my lips, but I'll probably never get them done. And then who has smellier farts?
You know it.
Have you ever smelled my farts?
No, you won't flip and fart in the same room. I keep telling you, I want you to fart.
No, I've phobia of farting in front of people. I don't care if it's my sister or my mom, but
I love a good fart, me.
Yeah, but
it's a protein fart.
So if I do need a fart, I always go to the bathroom. Who cooks the dinner?
Both. But
no.
more so recently, you. More so
Both.
recently.
No.
More so recently. To be fair, I'm a better chef, look, aren't I?
Yeah, you're better cook, but I cook all the time.
That's because I'm busy all the time.
Watching Netflix. Okay, so how often do you drink?
There's we'd have big gaps. Sometimes we may not drink for weeks, and then we get into a nice wee thing. Just with maybe because we're working so much, we just have them stupid bottles of wine. Seriously, you get one glass out of it. One glass each, and both of us are plastered.
No, he is drunk so fast. I could have a whole bottle and I'm fine.
No, I'm like this here, half a glass.
And he's tired. Yeah.
Yeah, so not too much, but generally sometimes more than others. Happy days. So coronavirus 2020 brings out the interviews and fucking rocking shit out, and here's to the future, my love. Toast.
Toast to you.
Hashtag Milo.
Okay. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and if you have any more questions, we would make another video.
Yes. Round 2.
Round 2.
Coming soon. To a bedroom near you.